central Vancouver Island, and it's been a little while since I've done a live stream. And I just noticed it is starting to rain. It was a beautiful sunny morning here on Vancouver Island, warm, and I was like, let's do a live stream. And then as soon as I get it set up, I feel raindrops. I see raindrops coming down, but that is not stopping us. We are having this fun little live stream today. And in case you missed the thumbnail, I am a certified plant addict. I cannot stop my impulse to go plant shopping. It is pretty out of control sometimes. I convinced myself when I purchased my property in the fall that the plants I bought in the fall that were smoking good deals, that was gonna be it. I didn't need any more. I bought hundreds of plants, and what did I do yesterday? I went plant shopping, and I did not buy what I intended to buy. I went on this mission looking for catmint, and if you've seen my recent videos, I did 2 or 3 videos about this cat that showed up unexpectedly and came in my house with me for a good amount of time, slept with me, and it wasn't my cat, and I decided to create a cat-friendly garden. So I'm planting catnip, cat grass, and I'm on a mission to find catmint. Hello, Susanna, proud single mother, welcome. And I went to many garden centers looking for catmint, and I couldn't find it anywhere for some strange reason. And it gets even weirder. I can't find catmint seeds anywhere. I found mint seeds for peppermint, spearmint, all kinds of mints, but not catmint. And I don't know why. I can buy it online, and I might have to, but for some reason, I cannot find it in person. But that didn't stop me. I'm going to show you what I bought. And I wasn't looking for any of this. Check out all these plants beside me. There are actually quite a few here. And I was not shopping for any of them, but we're going to check them out one by one, and I'll tell you why I'm so excited about them. I actually created a post in a local, Sunfrog, in a local Facebook group talking about my cat garden that I want to create. I was asking for suggestions. I said I'm planning to plant catnip and cat grass and catmint if I can find any. Is there anything I'm missing to keep the local cats coming to my garden, to make it alluring for them? And I got such a response. My Facebook notifications have exploded with people giving me advice, good advice, bad advice, nasty thoughts, positive thoughts, all about this cat garden. I knew it was controversial, but I didn't realize just how controversial a cat attracting garden would be. People have many, many things to say about it, good, bad, ugly, all kinds of stuff. And good suggestions too. I've taken a lot of great suggestions that I'm going to incorporate into my little cat garden. Cats will come to you by the millions. Well, I'm hoping at least that cute little kitty that came to me will come back. I think it'll come back anyways, but positive comments, yes, definitely. So I'm going to show you what I did buy, and I did learn stuff from that thread on Facebook about what cats like, because I've never been a cat owner, I've never had a cat, I know nothing about cats. So I'm going to show you what I bought. Oh gosh, this plant has been through the ringer. This was a clearance plant. This is actually a nepeta, and it's falling apart as we speak. But what I learned from some of these cat people in the garden group is that cats don't just like catnip, and they don't just like catmint and cat grass. They do like plants like nepeta. Nepeta has a series of plants. There's like cat's pajamas. A lot of them are named after cats. I don't know what this version is because it was in the clearance pile, but it is a version of nepeta. They get kind of blue flowers that resemble lavender in a sense. Smells good. And apparently cats like it. They don't just go for those cat-friendly plants. There are other cat plants that cats like. And another thing that came to me in that thread is apparently cats also like other types of mint. It doesn't have to be catmint. They'll go for apple mint. They'll go for all kinds of other mints that they enjoy rolling around and being around. So I went crazy on the mint, and I might regret this. If you've been around my channel from the early stages, you might remember me talking about this in my last garden, how I made the worst mistake in gardening history. And I knew the knowledge, and I did it anyways. I put mint in my vegetable garden. That was a massive mistake. It became a 6-foot hedge and took years to get rid of. And I'm not doing that again, but I have multiple types of mint. And these are going in my rock garden that I'm creating. And the reason I think it's okay to put it out there is because it's a wide open area. I'm going to be planting it with lavender, catnip. It's kind of like a drought tolerant, kind of more of an arid / rocky landscape. There's going to be a ton of rocks out there and dry, full sun location. And I think the mint will do well. And if it's invasive, I don't care. If it grows 6 feet in 2 directions, up and down, I don't care. It's gonna be beautiful. The bees are gonna love it, and it's gonna smell amazing. This smells so good. This is, I'm gonna show you the tag, Mojoto mint. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think some people put this in drinks. I've never been big into alcohol, although I've experimented a little bit in recent times, but I think this is probably delicious in some kind of fruity alcohol drink. It smells amazing. And you know what? I'm gonna taste it. I didn't taste it yet. Why not? You need a new supervisor. Well, maybe one day. I'm hoping one of the cats are going to be honorary supervisors in my garden videos. Like, I'll be filming a video, and because I have a little cat sanctuary, they'll make little cameos in my videos. Nepeta has pretty blue flowers. I googled it, never heard of it before. Hey, Alexander from Serbia, nice to see you. It's been a while. I am taste testing a Mojoto mint. I've never tried this before. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, that's really intriguing. It's barely mint flavored. It has more of a minty smell, but it doesn't taste like mint. That is so interesting. I gotta do another one because I can't put my finger on the flavor. Like one. Oh, thank you so much, Alexander. What a unique flavor. I literally cannot pinpoint what it tastes like. It doesn't taste minty. It has like a 2% mint essence. It tastes like something else, but it's delicious. Definitely would put it in some kind of alcohol beverage if that was something I was into, but I really don't. But really cool. I think the cats will like this. And how am I doing? I am doing well. Been on many adventures this season and back at home doing mega gardening renovations. We have another mint for these kitties. This is apple mint. I've never grown this before. So excited. And it smells amazing. I'm gonna taste it because I haven't tasted this one, but I'm gonna drink first. I've got my little vitamin drink here. How are you doing, Alexander? Sunfrog, Mike, hello, welcome. I think there's a couple Mikes that sometimes visit my channel, and unfortunately, I don't know who is who. Maybe over time, I'll start to differentiate. Okay, I'm gonna do a taste test on this apple mint. Have any of you people here tried apple mint before? Whether it's the leaf or like in a drink or something. I'm just curious because I don't know what to expect. It does smell good and it has this appley smell to it. Oh, this is a good one. This has a little bit more of that mint flavor, but kind of in an apple tangy. I really like this. This is really good. I could see this in like an apple cider, but like not your traditional apple cider. You're gonna get like more of a punchy flavor with like the essence of mint. This would be really good in a summer drink. I started my garden seeds yesterday. Lots of lettuce, tomatoes, bell peppers, and jalapenos. That's exciting. Spring is here. It is the most exciting time right now. I am so excited for spring. I have lots of seeds I started. Maybe I'll give you a sneak peek a little bit later as I snack on the mint. We have so many plants to show you. I went a little crazy at the plant nursery. I think I have a plant problem. Next, another thing I learned about cats, and I definitely did not know this, is that they like ground covers. I got several suggestions on different ground cover plants that cats enjoy. Creeping thyme is one of them. I did kind of say that I didn't love creeping thyme at my last place, and I'm hoping to change that perception here. What happened at my last place, I had a whole slope of creeping thyme, mixed varieties, and it was beautiful. However, it was right next to the lawn, and it was a pain in the butt to keep it free from grass and weeds. But because where this is going, there's going to be no grass in sight. It's going to be a rock haven. I'm hoping that that is not going to be the case this time. There's going to be grass on this property, but very, very small amount. So I'm hoping I'm giving this plant a second chance in my garden here on this property. I sort of put it to the wayside and it is coming back into my life. I've always loved creeping thyme. I just didn't love the maintenance of it. So cats like it. It always smells beautiful. I have tasted this before. I have cooked with it before. You can cook with creeping thyme. It doesn't have to be culinary thyme. It's all edible and it is delicious, and apparently cats like it. So that is cool. And on a non-cat related topic, this isn't all about the cats. There's a lot of cat stuff here, but we went a little crazy and bought some unrelated cat plants. If you heard some of my recent videos when I moved to this house, it was decorated in beach and seaside decor. So I had this idea that when I do start making fairy gardens again, it's going to be a while because the landscaping and the renovations are kind of a priority right now. But I do have a beach theme going on with my interior decor and my garden decor, beach and ocean. And I wanted my fairy gardens to reflect that. Hello, Lisa. Welcome. Love your name. I am Lisa as well. If you didn't know, I go by Growing on Vancouver Island, but my name is Lisa. And I found a plant I have never seen before, and I had to buy it. This is called mermaid lavender. And I have some mermaid figurines that are going into my fairy garden when I create it. I have what essentially is King Titan, the Little Mermaid's dad. I'm looking for like a different version of Ariel that's more garden-y and not doll-like. So I'm kind of looking for a sculpture right now, and I'm not having a good time finding one. But anyways, it's coming soon. And this is a version of Iberis, which, if you don't know what that is, I'm probably pronouncing the name wrong. It is a version of Candy Tuft ground cover. I have two white versions, came with this property. I've never grown the pink one, and I had no idea it was called mermaid lavender. With that name, I'm telling you, I could not resist it. I'm actually going to do a whole video talking specifically about this plant and another plant that is seaside related that I purchased. I'm going to show you in a minute. You've inspired me and my grandkids. We cannot wait to start. You will be their new favorite person. Oh, thank you so much. That is so kind. I have another plant I'm super excited to show you. This is not cat related. This is mermaid and seaside garden related. And where is it? It is in here. It caught my eye and I could not resist it. This is called a seaside daisy. I had not heard of this before, and look at the foliage. That is incredible. Apparently it's evergreen. Now, I have grown daisies in many years gone by, different garden, my last garden, different varieties. I've done English daisies, I've done Shasta daisies, I've done a few different types of daisies, and I've never seen one like this before. The foliage is so awesome. It's like this slick evergreen foliage. It's very smooth. And this reminds me of a pyrus bush, but this is no pyrus bush. And I love pyrus bushes. Again, I'm going to put this in a video by itself, but I'll just give you a little bit of a description of this plant because I'm so excited about it. It grows 6 to 8 inches tall, likes full sun, and has creamy white flowers. And there's a little picture of it. I have no idea if these are little flowers or huge flowers, but I'm so excited to try it out. I bought 3 of them for my garden. Same with the mermaid lavender. I bought 3 of those. I like to plant plants in multiples of odd numbers. So that could be 3, could be 9, it could be whatever is odd. For whatever reason, I've got this landscaping thing in my mind that plants look better in odd numbers. So I often plant in odds, with the exception of one thing I'm doing differently in this new garden. I have a mirroring technique going on where my garden, my new raw garden, is triangular shaped like a pie. And some of the plants I have mirrored from side to side. So they'll have essentially a reflection of themselves on one side of the garden to the other. I just thought it was kind of a cool effect when you have a triangle. You can do all kinds of funky things with the aesthetic and the design. So that's what I was going for when I created the design of the garden, was a combination of mirrored images and also odd numbers. It's kind of weird, it's kind of funky, but that's how I vibe in my garden designs. So next, I have another type of mint to show you, and this one I have grown before. This has haunted me in my past. This is chocolate mint. But the one thing I learned from my mint growing adventures at my last garden, I was growing chocolate mint, spearmint, and peppermint in my last garden. And from that experience, I learned chocolate mint from my own experience is not as invasive as peppermint and spearmint. Now that might have been a coincidence, but in my particular garden, this one disappeared before the other ones. And I was trying to get rid of them because they really caused a problem in the vegetables. Amelia and Violet are blowing kisses. Oh, thank you so much. I'll blow one back. Thank you to all of the garden lovers and future garden lovers and fairy garden lovers. Sending you some fairy dust virtually. So chocolate mint, a chocolate lover's dream. If you've never tasted it, it really is. I was a chocolate addict for years. But the unfortunate thing is I have problems with sugar and blood sugars. I know I'm not diabetic. I have a weird blood sugar problem where my blood sugar will go too low, but it will never be high. I will never be diabetic. So I am very careful with how much sugar I eat. But that being said, I don't eat as much chocolate as I used to for that reason. And this is a great alternative because if you're having chocolate mint, you get that taste of the chocolate without the sugar. I'm going to do a taste test. I've tasted it many times before, but let's do it anyway. Oh my God. I always forget how delicious it is. Like, I got to just snack on this. This is so amazing. Oh, it's delicious. You don't have to put this into tea. You can literally just snack on it. And I think I'm going to be doing that for my desserts in the coming days. I really, truly forgot how good chocolate mint is. I really, really like this. Yeah, I would put this, if you were, say, decorating a cake with edible flowers and you wanted some foliage to go with that, I would 100% be using chocolate mint. You don't need to do anything to it. You can eat it as is, maybe wash it if you like to wash your foliage. But definitely eat this if you want a little delicious snack. It tastes just like chocolate and it's nutritious. Actually, what I should do, hadn't thought about this before actually, is learn the nutritional information on things like mints and edible flowers, that kind of thing. I've looked for it on Google and I haven't really found much information, so I should dive a little deeper into that. I think that's an interesting topic. I'm not a nutritionist, so I don't have that kind of background, but I'd love to learn about that. We have a few more plants to check out on this little plant haul. Now, my biggest score when I went shopping, and I was not looking for this at all, is what I'm about to show you. Could not believe the price, and I got 3 of these. Let me show you. we have the beautiful hellebore. I believe these are also known as Lenten roses. I have never had these in my gardens before, and they are just stunning. That purple color just has me drooling. Purple is my favorite color, and believe it or not, in my last garden I had very few purple flowers. I was going for a pink, red, and kind of well, originally it was going to be pink, red, and blue because it was dark blue trim on the house and I was kind of having a vibe, but it didn't work out that way. Had virtually no purple though, and in this garden there's going to be a lot of purple and pink. Yeah, it is so beautiful. So this plant was $3. I kid you not, and the reason it was $3 is because it's damaged. So I bought 3 of these. They all have damage on them, but they all look this beautiful. The regular price was $17.99, so I think I got a pretty good deal. So basically I paid $9 for 3 of these, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, I am aware that these can be toxic to dogs. I'm not sure about cats, but I have a feeling that, I mean, it probably is. If it's toxic to dogs, it probably is cats, but most animals know not to get into certain plants, because when I had my garden supervisor, if you don't know, he was a golden retriever. He passed away over a year ago, and he did have a sense with what plants to eat or not eat for the most part, and he learned very quickly if he ate something he shouldn't eat, it didn't go well for him, and he didn't die or anything like that. He got a little bit sick, but nothing crazy. I'm not worried about putting this in my cat garden. I think the cats are going to be more concerned with the cat-friendly plants, like all the mints and the catnip and the cat grass. I don't think they're really going to concern themselves with this plant. So I'm not worried about it. And in terms of resale, when I choose to sell my house, that's why I'm not putting it in the backyard, because if somebody is a dog-friendly person, they might not like this plant in their yard. So put it in the rock garden, the dog would be safe, and then we're all good. No problem there. And what else do we have here? Oh, I forgot. I have a few more things that we haven't talked about. I did get multiple creeping times. We talked about that already. But I also got another apple mint that was on clearance, and the most exciting item, well, it's exciting to me because I like unknown mysteries, especially relating to plants. I guess we could call it the unsolved mystery of the plant kingdom. Now, if you were around in the 90s, I don't think it was in the 80s, but there used to be a show on TV called Unsolved Mysteries, and no joke, that was one of my favorite TV shows as a kid. I loved watching Unsolved Mysteries. And here is my mystery for you. Now, I know a lot about plants, but I don't know everything, and I don't know what this is. So this was a clearance item in the container section. It was $5. Oh no, maybe it was $10. I think it might have been 10. But the plants are so healthy, so it was left over from last season. I have to assume this is some kind of summer blooming plant, but I couldn't tell you for the life of me what it is. This is what the foliage looks like. I really don't know. And there is more than one type of plant. So this is the main plant. This here is giving me snapdragon vibes, but it's not the same as my snapdragons I have planted. I have some from my previous house that I brought. This is a different plant, and I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe it is some kind of different snapdragon. It's possible. But these ones, I have no idea. They almost have a fuzzy leaf kind of texture. I probably need to water them. The container's looking a bit dry, and the rain has stopped, so there's that. And then there's this little plant right here. Again, I don't know what it is, and this tag, if you're wondering, it literally says nothing. It's like kind of a generic container tag, so it's going to be a mystery. But the plants looked super healthy, and that's the main reason I bought it. I wanted more color in the garden, and I'm all about the plant mysteries. So I have no problem with plant mysteries. It's kind of how I roll. The more mysterious, the better. So now that was my plant haul, but we haven't talked about the seeds yet. I did call this plant, what did I call it? Plant Addict Confessions or something. So those are my confessions. I didn't need any of those plants. I was looking for catmint, and I came home with a whole pile of other stuff. Still don't have catmint seeds or plants, but I also bought more seeds in addition to the seeds I already had. I'm going to show you the new additions. And this does not include my milk jugs. We haven't even talked about those yet. I have planted a lot of stuff in milk jugs. So I think I put them right beside me somewhere. Oh, here we go. This is my newest addition to the seed collection. In case you're wondering, this is what I'm drinking. And no, I am not sponsored by any companies. I drink this pretty much every day. It's called NRC. It's a vitamin drink. Lots of vitamin C, B vitamins. It's a good little nutritional supplement made on Vancouver Island. So, I bought some of these seeds when I was on my little adventure in the Okanagan. If you ever go to a new city in your area that is kind of far away from your location but not too far away, check out the garden centers because you can find treasure sometimes. What I learned was, the Okanagan is a 1 hour flight from Vancouver. I live on Vancouver Island, so technically you could say it's, in a sense, it's like 3 hours away because there's driving and there's a ferry boat and all that stuff. It's not that far away from Vancouver Island, but the seeds can be a little bit different. Not so much the companies, but the varieties that the companies have. The selection may be different for me, from that distance away. So some of these seeds, I go to my garden centers all the time. I'm always looking at the seeds because I enjoy seeds and I have a bit of a seed hoarding problem. The seed varieties can be different. The selection can be different. So that's what intrigues me about going to a garden center in a new city is you get different selections. So I bought Dusty Miller, also known as Cinder something I cannot pronounce. I had Dusty Millers in my last garden, but I never grew them from seed. I grew them from store-bought 6-inch, I don't know what they were, those little 6-packs that you get. And they did really well. And they're supposed to be annual on Vancouver Island, but they really are perennial. They do survive the winters. You can also propagate them, but I didn't bring any from my last property. And what I like about Dusty Miller, they're quite drought tolerant and also starter pack. Yes, right there, you got it. They're very drought tolerant, but also in a landscape, they add such a pop of color. That silver really stands out and is quite a striking plant in a landscape situation. If you plant it like in a repeated pattern, like say you plant 9 of them or like a line of them or a concoction. You plant them here, there, and everywhere, but kind of in a pattern. You get quite a neat look with the striking appearance of Dusty Miller, and the fact that it's very drought tolerant is very appealing to me. So I'm planning to put these in milk jugs to get them started, and then they're going in the rock garden as sort of an accent plant, assuming they grow okay in my milk jugs and all that stuff. So that is the Dusty Miller situation. It's a new one. I've never grown it from seed. Next, we have lavender, and you might be wondering, why did I buy lavender? And yes, you can buy this on the island. That was sort of more of a spur of the moment purchase, but this is French lavender. I don't think I actually have this in my garden. I have Spanish lavender, and I have some smaller lavenders that were all original to this property, and I transplanted them into my what's going to be the rock garden. And I just had this thought, because I'm going for kind of a lavender, drought tolerant, extra scaping kind of look, that once I get my mulch, so right now we're working on edging. The edging is almost done. And then the next step is mulch. Probably getting a black mulch for the first time ever, which is really exciting. And I'm going to sprinkle a bunch of different flower seeds on the surface of the mulch once I get it, and just see if I can grow them in that way without using milk jugs. I did that with many seeds before. I haven't necessarily tried it with lavender, but I'm thinking if it works, I would love to have, like I have what I have, a bunch of lavender plants, like 9 plants, but I have so much open space with nothing. It's going to be mulch. There's no plants, there's no flowers. I think it would be really fun to have it come up almost like a wildflower garden look, but with lavender and a few other plants mixed in. The catmint, kind of have it more of a wild look, but a drought tolerant kind of extra scaping kind of wild look. And there's going to be kind of like rocks incorporated into the mulch. I have all kinds of wild designs planned. So that's where the lavender is going to go. And I also got this other lavender. This is Hidcote Blue strain. Probably didn't say that right. So some lavender. And then this is one of my favorites. This is Snow in Summer. And I have some I brought from my last property. I brought 2 little transplants from my mother plant on my previous garden. And they are planted in the landscape, but I can't tell you how much I love this plant and how slightly invasive it is, which is perfect for my rock garden situation. It spreads out like nobody's business, and it is so beautiful. It has silvery foliage, which is semi-evergreen, and that is what the flowers look like. That's a pretty accurate representation when they're blooming. They bloom sort of early to midsummer for quite some time, and I cannot wait to have this in my new rock garden. It is going to be so striking. So this is going to be in combination with the plants I already have, so I can get it to spread out more quickly. And that's going to just be so fun to plant. So I'm waiting for that mulch to happen. It's going to happen very likely in the next week. And very soon after that, the gravel is coming. I have a little more time off work in about a week-ish from now. So I'm going to really go hardcore on the landscaping. And next we have more wildflowers, and I haven't really talked about this much on the channel. I have some wildflower surprises in store for you guys. I have planted wildflowers already in 2 separate locations, completely separate, have not shown them on the YouTube channel at all. Kind of haven't even told many people about them, like my parents who are probably watching. And it's going to be a surprise when they come up. It's going to be so exciting. There are sprouts out there already. I have seen them. I'm super excited. I planted them about a month ago in the rain before the snow came, and they're definitely sprouting. So excited. Not this variety. I got a box from the dollar store, and those ones, actually no, I got a few boxes. I'm not gonna lie. I got one for each location, and these are more wildflower seeds, and they're sprouting, and there's going to be more of these going in somewhere else, and I am over the moon excited. I love wildflowers so much. So this is a different blend, a Rocky Mountain mix. I don't know if they have this on Vancouver Island, but I found it out in the Okanagan and I was attracted to it, so I brought it home with me. And next we have a sunflower, and if you're wondering, yes, I have a sunflower problem, a seed problem. I can show you many more sunflowers in the collection, but I was particularly attracted to this one. It's called Little Leo. It is so cute, and it is perfect for containers. Now, it doesn't mean it's going in a container. I am going to have quite a few different places where the sunflowers are going. I've already planted them, actually. They may or may not be sprouting. The birds may or may not eat them, but it doesn't matter. I have so many packages of sunflowers that we can start again if it doesn't work out. But I like to have mixed heights. The smaller sunflowers, much better for bouquets. The bigger ones, you can do giant bouquets, but realistically, the smaller ones usually work out better. However, if you've ever tried eating sunflowers, and I highly recommend you do, go for the larger ones. You can eat the smaller ones too, but you're gonna get bigger bang for your buck if you're barbecuing or putting a sunflower, roasting it in the oven. Highly recommend you try it if you never have. I have a whole video of doing that on my channel from, it's almost 2 years ago now when I first did that. I showed you how to harvest and cook a whole sunflower head and eat it. It is delicious. I think it's an alternative to steak if you're a vegetarian. I am not vegetarian, but I loved it so much. Definitely be doing that again this year. I haven't tried them on the barbecue yet, although there are some problems because I don't know how to barbecue, but I'm thinking I'd like to do that maybe. We'll see. Because I have roasted them in the oven and they're really good. We're not talking about eating just the seeds. You can eat the flowers, you can eat the seeds, you can eat the leaves, you can eat the sprouts in these plants. They are very edible and very nutritious. There's my sunflower rant of the morning. Next, we have peas. These are snow peas and they're called Little Purple. I was so drawn to them. I haven't seen this particular variety on Vancouver Island when I've been out at the local garden centers, and that's what drew me in. I really do enjoy peas. I've planted some already, actually. I'm doing a pea experiment. I don't know if it's gonna work. I haven't talked about it on the channel. I was kind of waiting to see if they'd sprout before I even mentioned it. So yeah, planting them in a very, I have already planted them in a very unique way that I haven't seen other people do before. So if it works out, it's going to be so exciting. And if it doesn't work out, I'm going to replant them. The only reason it wouldn't is because there's a lot of birds around here and the birds might have eaten my seeds. I don't know. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time, and if I don't see sprouts, I'm going to replant them because I have a very intriguing idea on how you can grow these unconventionally. And next we have zinnias, and yes, I have zinnias already, but not this variety. This is called a giant cactus mix. Once again, I got them on my little trip out to the interior, and just check out those colors. They are so vibrant. They remind me of marigolds, but in zinnia form. So excited to try those out. So that is my seed haul from my little trip. I'm not going to show you my whole collection. Well, I will, but not the varieties. Good morning, Grandma Sandy. How are you doing? Looks like some great vegetables are going to be planted. Yes, I've planted already. This video wasn't supposed to be about my planting, but I'll give you a sneak peek of what I've done already, and then I'll give you a sneak peek of my seed collection, but we're not going through the whole thing. That would take probably another hour or two at least. It's right beside me. We're gonna, whoa, I took the camera off the tripod and caused a few problems. I pressed buttons that I should not have pressed. But let me turn the camera around. So if you see, all of those milk jugs are my plantings so far. We have a lot of stuff planted. There are flowers, there are vegetables, multiple varieties of different vegetables, all in those milk jugs. And that is going to be a separate video. That is not going to hijack the live stream. So I'll also give you a little sneak peek of my seed collection. It's actually not complete. There's more in the garage. This is only a portion of it. But it gives you an idea of my little seed problem. So right beside me, it doesn't look like that much, but let me tell you, this is a lot of seed packages. And they were organized a lot better, but not so much anymore. We'll get back to that one day, but I didn't count how many are in there, but let me tell you, it's a lot. There's more in here. Quite a bit of seeds in this collection, all different things. Flowers, vegetables, herbs, cat attracting things. We have everything in here. And a lot of plants. So that is the story of the current garden situation. I'm going to be doing a few more videos in the coming days. One specifically, if you were just coming around, I talked about some plants, Grandma Sandy, that are fairy garden related for my seaside garden. I talked about some mermaid lavender and some seaside daisies. And I'm going to make a video just about those plants because I found them so fascinating, and I want to share more information about what the plants like, what they don't like, where I'm going to plant them, just a bit more information about them specifically because I think they're great plants and more people need to know about them. I'm just listening to the sounds of the neighborhood. Sometimes certain noises catch you off guard. So yeah, I'm going to do a video about that. I'm going to do a video about my cat-friendly garden. That is coming in the near future. I actually am getting a little bit more into the YouTube making videos. I actually have a little list of videos planned. I haven't had that in a long time, so that's super exciting. and I really want to get back into the forest and do some forest bathing. I had a couple of requests for a seaside forest bathing video, and I've done two of those in my little forest bathing legacy on YouTube, and apparently some viewers want more. So I need to go to the ocean and do some forest bathing by the sea, by the forest. I have a few locations in mind, but it's very weather dependent and schedule dependent because I don't like to go in the rain. I mean, I could make something magical in the rain, but you get wet and you get cold, and I'm very prone to illness, it appears, so I don't want to go in the rain. I'm waiting for a beautiful day to go and film those videos. And I do like to make the suggestions of viewers, to make the videos that people want to see. So I'm not forgetting about those suggestions. I'm literally just waiting for the right time. I have not put them aside. They are coming. I have some brand new outfits for my forest bathing videos. I really love to get into it with both the choices of fashion as well as the ambience of the location and the music. It's all a vibe for me. It's so fun to create those videos, and I'm so happy that so many people enjoy them. I have an audience on YouTube that is garden related, and I have a separate audience that is forest bathing related, and I have a bit of an overlap. There are people that enjoy both, but there is definitely a separation between people who watch my videos just for forest bathing and some that watch just for gardening. And that is so okay. I love both things. I love nature so much, but I also love my gardening, and I think there's space for both of them here. So I think I'm going to end it there. If you cannot tell, I have a ton of plants to be planting, and I should probably do that while it's not raining. I should make my time well used before I go to work this evening and call it a day. Thank you so much for joining me on my Plant Confessions little live stream. I hope you are having a lovely spring, and there are more videos coming really soon, and I'm crossing my fingers I'm going to attract the kitties back to the garden. There was another kitty that came, a separate kitty, but he didn't stay long. He poked his head in and then he left in my fence. Definitely a different kitty, but I like that they're checking things out. So there is hope that once I get these plants in the ground, that they're going to be a little more drawn to my garden. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a lovely day, and we will see you soon.